Hello. It is Thursday and it is 2 minutes to 8 o'clock. Go ahead and come on in and do me a thumbs up so I know who's here with me. Let me know that you're there so I can at least know who's out there. But even if you are busy and you can watch this later, or if you're able to watch it now, we want to talk about tonight. Hi, Edwin Crawford. How are you? Good to see you. I'm so proud of you, and I've been absolutely wonderfully grateful for you and your new relationship. We're going to talk about how do you know what God's purpose is for you, or preparing for the purpose that God has for you. We're going to talk about that tonight because so many times individuals are falling into some type of hopelessness or depression because they feel worthless, or they haven't yet got a grasp on what their purpose on life is. And I wanted to just shed some light on some things that have happened for me, because I really didn't know, at some point in time what my purpose was. But there is some preparation to get prepared for the preparation that God has for you, or the purpose that God has for you. And sometimes we can't hear God. Hey, Sonia. We can't hear God because we are too busy living and trying to survive. Okay? So tonight is 8 o'clock. I'm not going to keep you long. So preparing for the purpose that God has for you. Now, one of the things that you need to do, make sure you get a pencil and paper anytime I'm live, because I'm going to drop some good old nuggets for you. And you need to make sure you're writing some things down, or at least have access to the video. And go ahead and share this video on your page so that people can at least, even if they don't know their purpose, they know what to do to prepare for the purpose that God has for them. The first thing that you need to do in preparing for the purpose that God will one day reveal to you is that you need to look at and write down all the things that give you life, that give you joy, that give you an elation in your spirit. Write down those things, because sometimes individuals don't understand that God has really already given us what we need, but sometimes we don't take time to listen to our bodies and our emotions and things that kind of give us clues as to what we need to be doing, or where the direction we need to be going in. So when you're preparing yourself and getting ready for the purpose that God has for you, the first thing you need to do is get down a piece of paper, number it from 1 to 5. Just come up with 5 things and think about in your life things that have happened that you've either done or that has been done for you that just gave you the utmost joy. I remember thinking about playing basketball at High Point University and us winning a national championship. And I promise you, that was the most exhilarating feeling, because we all worked together as a team so hard, and there was so much pain and so much sweat and so much exercise and so much running the plays, and until we were almost dreaming about the plays in our sleep. And to accomplish that goal gave me the utmost joy. So I wrote that down. One of the things that really lit me up, and when I say lit me up, I mean lit me up, was my first experience of being able to discover I had a little discernment as a gift. Like I could speak into people's lives something that I was feeling, and it'd be right on point with what they were going through. So just start writing down things that have happened to you in the past that give you life, that give you joy, that made you feel like you could be on top of the world. And the only reason why you're writing those things down is because you need a gauge on where you're on what you need to do to feel, or what things make you feel a certain way, so that you'll know you're in a positive way, or you're in a positive feeling, and it gives you the most impact in your countenance. So the second thing that you need to do, if you're wanting to prepare, it's almost like preparing for an exam. If you're wanting to prepare for the purpose that God has for you, you got to develop a relationship with Him. You have to spend some time in the Word of God. You have to start reading scriptures, and things will start to speak to you. Things will start to jump out at you. The stories in the Bible even better than some of the stuff we watch on TV, I can tell y'all. I mean, if you get some of these stories on audio, man, you would absolutely be amazed at all the things, life that's happening in the Bible that God has helped people deal with. And He also gives His word. So I want you to know, number one, you have to write down things that in your past have gotten you the joy. And then number two, if you are wanting to know what God's purpose is for you, and you're trying to prepare for Him to reveal that to you, you do have to get in His word. You do have to start seeking so that you can find. Knock so that the door shall be open. Ask so that it can be given unto you. So that's number two. And then number three, you want to serve. Just start serving people. And you will find that God will start to orchestrate your life to be in the right place. You'll start meeting people, and you'll be, you get opportunities that will come your way, and things will start, doors will start to open. But it comes typically when you're serving other people. So in preparing for knowing what God has for you, start serving people. Start figuring out who you can help. And if you don't know who you can help, ask. Just ask someone that's around you. Ask some people at work. There's always homeless shelters and Samaritan ministries and places like that always need help. And get involved in your church. So I wanted to also let you know, there's been a lot of people that are still grappling with the church, the building, and the people in it, and the church that's on TV, and the church, that they feel that they have in their heart because they have their own relationship with Christ. So I just wanted to shed some light. When you are still looking for a way to serve, there's always serving in the church. There's things that you can do for the homeless. There's things that you can do any time you get in a place of feeling like you don't know where you should go, what you should do, how you should do it, or who you should be doing it with. Get in the spirit of serving, and that will help. As you're preparing for knowing God's purpose for you and writing things down that light you up, and number two, getting in that word and kind of allowing the word to minister to you, and then serving people, you also want to make sure that you are spending time in gratitude. Just thank God for sight. Thank Him for being able to smell. Thank Him for being able to taste, to hear, to walk, to crawl, to be able to do whatever it is that you are able to do every day. Just get in the spirit of gratitude in preparation for knowing what God's purpose is for you. When you're in those states, you are able to hear. You're able to have your spirit spoken to, because you're in a mode of, I'm ready. You're opening up yourself to be directed by the Lord. So sometimes we get bogged down with the human things, the carnal things. Oh, I don't like this person, or they did this to me, or I'm still holding this grudge, or I'm still feeling this guilt, or I just really, I'm angry because I have been hurt and nobody has apologized, or I'm mad at this person, or I'm mad at that person. And we get caught up in that. And then we wonder why we're not knowing or being guided in our purpose. Well, when you're getting the negativity and you're not knowing how to take yourself out of it and get in a spirit of gratitude, it's very hard. Now, I don't know if you've ever played sports or if you've ever been in a situation where you're teaching in front of a classroom and you're trying to get a point across, or you're trying to reveal knowledge to someone, but they are distracted with negativity or anger. They're distracted because their mind is not on what you're trying to give them. Their mind is on what they're dealing with inside. So those are some of the things that I wanted to make sure I share, because sometimes we get so bogged down with life and stuff and people who are putting us in a negative place because of the things that they're doing in our lives. We forget to ask God for help. We forget to get in the Bible once a day. Just read one verse every day. Something simple that doesn't have to take a lot of time. And if you're getting woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and don't ask me why it's 3 o'clock. I'm telling you, I have no idea. But that 3:30-ish time in the morning, you woke up like you've been up all day, God is trying to get your attention. He wants to have some time with you. So what I normally do is just pick up my Bible, because the house is quiet, the kids are asleep, the world seems to be quiet, and it's just a time where nothing's happening much. There's not a lot of movement. And it seems every time when I start to read my Bible, and sometimes I'm just picking it up, opening it, and start reading, I absolutely get something that I need. Or I am led to be in intercessory prayer for someone else. So sometimes when you're woke up at 3 o'clock in the morning, God needs you to immediately go into prayer for someone else. There's someone connected to you, there's someone close to you that needs your intercession. So don't take little things for granted, like waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, not groggy like you've been up all day. Those are signs that God is trying to have a relationship with you. So as you're preparing for what the purpose that God has for you, you got to make sure it's a desire of your heart to know what that is. And when you don't know, it's almost like the movie The Matrix. I don't know, did you guys ever see The Matrix? Because that's a really, 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 really good movie. But in that movie, if you haven't seen it, there was a character called Neo. And there was another character called Morpheus. And the whole movie, Morpheus was telling Neo, you're the one. You're the one that's going to save us. And Neo was like, why does he keep saying that? Why does he believe it so strongly? And why does he keep just, he has this irrevocable belief that I'm the one, I'm the savior, and I have no clue about what he's talking about or even how to get that done. And guess what, y'all? During the movie, he was walking in his calling already. And as he was walking in his calling, all of a sudden he started to realize, oh, this is what he's talking about. And then once the confidence was there that, you know what, I don't know much about what's going on, but I'm starting to feel it. I'm starting to have more confidence, and things started happening for him. The change started happening. He could see differently. His sight was different. So when you're preparing for God and what his purpose is for you, even though you don't know what that is, you have to be walking in a positive way, serving in a positive way, helping people in a positive way, and your path is going to get directed in the direction that God needs you to go. But you have to be willing to help, willing to serve, willing to love others unconditionally, willing to forgive those that have hurt you, willing to say, you know what? I just want peace. And in order to have peace, I'm going to have to let some of this stuff go. God can't really put anything in you until you decide to let go of some of the stuff and you know what I mean by stuff, that you have going on. He can't feel you if you're already full of mess. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way, but if you're full of mess, God can't fill you with some fresh. He can't fill you with some things that's good because you got too much mess in you. So forgive people. Don't worry about the individuals who hurt you. Don't worry about the ones who you feel are trying to stab you in the back. There's a reason why the Bible says no weapon formed against you shall prosper. You just have to believe that. You don't need to take anything in your hands. You need to let it go, give it to God, pray for those people, and still walk in serving, helping, loving people unconditionally, letting them know that you're there, letting them know God is there for them too. You'll be surprised on how you can change your world and the people's world around you just by preparing for the purpose that God has for you. Again, I'm not going to keep you long. I thank you for tuning in tonight, learning about how to prepare for God's purpose for you, because it's the small things that count. It's the little things that count. And you may say, well, I don't have no money to help somebody, but you have time. You may say, well, I don't have a whole bunch of time. Well, even if you don't have time and you don't have money, you can refer. You can do small things that don't take a lot of time. You can fix people a sandwich and take it to work. Or if you're cooking a dinner already and you have leftovers, take it to work the next day. You never know who's there who may be hungry. So we can use excuses not to do. And I'm just asking you tonight, be an excuse to do. Be an excuse to serve. Have excuses to love. Make yourself available for people who just need to talk. Don't be too busy for folk. When you walk around somebody and you know that they are really in a negative place, or they're down, or they're depressed, or you can see it on their face. If you do nothing but smile and say good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, hand them your card and say, I don't know if you need any help, but if you do ever need anything, give me a call. God loves you, and so do I. You'd be surprised on how many people you can help by just being kind. So y'all have a great night tonight. Share this video with people who are still trying to figure out what God's purpose is for them. I promise you that He's already working in your life in that area. You're just maybe expecting big purpose, and He's trying to get you to see the little purpose. So have a great night. Thank you for tuning in to It's All About You, 8 o'clock every Thursday. This is Sharon. Talk to you soon.